I have been flying the DJI Neo 2 for about a week, and here is the thing I learned very fast. Specs tell a story on paper, real flying tells the truth. Today I am giving you the truth. Not just what the brochure says, but how this little drone actually behaves when you push it. What feels improved, what is still rough, and what DJI may be planning next. Quick note before we get deep. If you want to see DJI products early and you enjoy no-nonsense testing, consider subscribing. I live in China. That usually gives me a head start before global release. If early real footage and honest breakdowns help you, you will like what is coming. Alright, let us start with the question I saw the most. Battery compatibility. The original Neo batteries do not power on the Neo 2. They look close, they slide in, but the drone refuses to boot. DJI changed the physical connector, and there is also an internal identification handshake. That is almost certainly for safety and power delivery. The new motors and the dual-axis gimbal need a steadier output. The side effect is very real. If you owned the first Neo and stocked up on batteries, you are starting from zero again. The good news is that these new packs are better behaved. In calm conditions, I kept landing around the 16 to 17 minute mark with a little reserve left. The official number is 19. Like always, real flying sits a little lower. They cool faster on the charger. Thermal spikes are smaller after aggressive climbs. It is not magic, it is simply a more mature pack and smarter power management. Now, control options. A lot of you asked if dedicated DJI remotes and goggles will work or if you are stuck with the phone. Here is the most accurate way to put it. The base drone flies fine over Wi-Fi with a phone. If you want long range and lower latency, DJI has a separate digital link module. When that is attached, the Neo 2 speaks the same language as the dedicated remotes and video goggles. In China, that combo already works. Outside China, feature availability can depend on local firmware and radio approvals. So if you import, some parts may need an update later. Let us talk design, because photos do not explain how this thing feels in the air. The Neo 2 is a little bigger and a little heavier than the first Neo. The weight sits around 151 grams versus roughly 135 on the original. On paper, that sounds like a downgrade. In the sky, it is the opposite. That extra mass gives the drone more authority in wind, transitions feel less twitchy, and the new propellers matter more than I expected. They have a gentler blade profile, so the tone is softer and there is less micro wobble on fast climbs. Side by side, you can hear and see the difference. There is a small screen facing forward on the body. When I first saw it, I thought, cute but unnecessary. After a week, I am sold. You see battery percentage without pulling out your phone. You confirm flight status at a glance. You flip tracking on faster than you can say it. In harsh sunlight, it remains visible. It is one of those tiny quality of life changes that quietly saves time on every flight. Now the part that surprised me most. The flight brain. DJI calls it smart flight intelligence. Marketing words are easy to ignore, but this time the behavior is different. The Neo 2 does not simply avoid obstacles. It predicts the path you want and shapes itself to help you keep a clean shot. If you fly a coastal line 3 or 4 times, it starts compensating for predictable gusts at the same points. It trims the gimbal micro movements before your fingers do. It even learns how aggressive you like to accelerate out of corners and smooths that motion a touch. It still makes mistakes with harsh shadows and glass reflections, but it is the first sub-200-gram drone where I felt the flight code actively learning my rhythm. Those slim black bars beside the camera are forward vision sensors. The original Neo relied mainly on downward sensors for positioning. With the Neo 2, the front vision watches for poles, branches, and people, and it reacts in real time without chopping the clip. It is not full surround coverage, you still need awareness. But for fast urban lines and tree-lined paths, it is a meaningful safety net. Let us hit the part nobody loves. Accessory pricing. The new battery costs more. Prop guards cost more. The multi-charger costs more. What you get in return is stronger endurance, quicker cooldown, and quieter props. DJI also